Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video we're continuing our look at The X-Files, the second season, and this is episode 6, Ascension, 1994. Now this really is a continuation of the previous episode. The previous episode we had was Dwayne Barry. The next one will be 3. This was transmitted October the 21st, 1994 on the Fox network. And on the 2nd of October 1995 in the UK, it was transmitted on BBC 2. Now, this is written by Paul Brown, I think with quite a bit of contributions from Chris Carter as well. And this is directed by Michael Lang. Now, previously he directed Young at Heart and Miracle Man, 1994, the first season stories. And then he will do Unrequited 1997, which is a season 4 story. And then he's just really a TV series director, TV films, quite a big career as well in this. So, the locations is always interesting. We've got Grouse Mountain, which I think has been used before, and also Mount Seymour. These are all in North Vancouver, all around Vancouver as well as usual. But they look absolutely beautiful, absolutely. Again, the directors do such a good job, on the limited time they have in the schedules. And putting all this together is absolutely brilliant. I every week I have to, praise what they do because I think they do a great job. Absolutely. And this one particularly, there's a lot of really interesting things in it. Now, let's get into the cast. We've got David Duchovny, who plays Fox Mulder, and we've got Gillian Anderson as Dana Scully, who in this particular episode, because Isaiah, the pregnancy I've been on about, she's not in this much at all, and this is really the setup for having a time off with the pregnancy. Then we've got Mitch Pileggi returns as the brilliant Walter Skinner. He's becoming more important as well in this series. And then we've got Nicholas Lee, who's Alex Krycek, the baddie there, yes. And then we've got Stephen Williams, who plays X, who's like the sort of deep throat character we had in the first season. And we've got, of course, William B. Davis, who plays the smoking man, who actually we see making a few pointed comments in this one, in his exchanges with Krycek. Very interesting. That's one scene is extremely interesting. Then, of course, we've got Sheila Larkin, who plays Margaret Scully. And obviously, because of what has happened to her daughter, we do see, trying to find out what's going on with Mulder, really. Very good scenes we get. Now, Sheila Larkin's really just one of those TV series, TV film actresses, just in a lot of massive series over quite a few years as well. So, as I say, this story continues the events of Dwayne Barry, where we saw Dwayne Barry effectively kidnapping, abducting, whatever you want to call it, Dana Scully. And what we see in this is that he thinks that if he gets a rendezvous point where he believes that aliens will come and they'll take her instead of him. And that's what he does. That's what we see. I said we don't see much of Scully at all in the whole episode. We see just get a glimpse. And he, we assume, takes her and she gets abducted by aliens. That's what they make it look like, because we see these scenes. But is it aliens? Is it some sort of government thing? They leave that there nicely there dangling. But we get those scary scenes. Not as much, but it's there. So then when Mulder obviously is tracking down this disappearance, and it leads back to Dwayne Barry, and we get a lot of anger from Scully towards Dwayne Barry, and we see that in the scenes. But then we see Krycek mysteriously getting involved as well, away when Mulder's not around. And also we find out that in the autopsy, when Dwayne Barry is killed, the military are now involved in doing this autopsy. It's all very strange and hush-hush. But of course, all this leads to some quite dramatic scenes when Scully goes searching to find out where Scully got abducted. They go to this site, and there's these cable cars that he gets involved in, and guess what? Krycek now decides to play the bad guy really openly. It's a real expose of himself, and I think effectively he's trying to get rid of Mulder, but he has been ordered that he hasn't to go that far, but he's involved in delaying. But what he does is pretty dangerous to me. But there, it all comes out in the open that, and obviously Mulder realizes what's been going on, and he's a baddie. He's a baddie, but who's he working for? We don't know, because he disappears. Yes. And Skinner, I think to some extent, does the best he can to help them. He's sympathist, though he's the boss, and he's limited by certain things because he could get into a lot of trouble, I think, as well. He does his best, and the only way he can do that, and this is the real punchline of the importance of the episode, he says that the only way we can get back at them is to reopen the X-Files. And that's what he does. He reopens the X-Files. So we can see what's going to happen now. We're going to have some stories with Mulder on his own doing the X-Files, while Scully is away having her baby. But in the story, she's been abducted and they don't know where. And that it's brilliantly done. Absolutely. I think they did a really good job with this storyline, adding that important ingredient. And so this story, in a way, is adding a lot to the mythology of the old X-Files. And that's why I think it's quite an essential episode in what we learn and what we see. And but this whole second season is just like this. You're just watching it. You want to know what's going to go on, what's next. It's wonderful, absolutely. You know, as I say, when I watch this, it takes me back to the excitement of when I first watched the X-Files. I absolutely adore this series when it's like this. I just think this X-Files there was nothing like it, and I don't think I'm being controversial, but has anything really been as good as this in TV series? Apart from obviously I mentioned I'm big Doctor Who and Star Trek fans, and they're longer series, but in series, what really matches this? I doubt if there's a lot. Lost was a valiant attempt, maybe, but for me, this X-Files it's just such a big favourite of mine, and I can see why when I watch these episodes again, you just get excitement again. And to me, it's a wonderful step back into the 90s. And I say, I highly recommend this. You can't really not miss these episodes. As I say, this one, it is very much building up the whole mythology of the series again, adding to it layer by layer. And I love Krychek being exposed in this. It's wonderful stuff. It really is. You just can't beat it, can you? You can't. And because I'm thinking, I want to watch the next episode, but I'm restraining myself because I want to do a review like this, like as if I was watching it and wondering what's going to happen next. What I do know is that we're going to go off into some episodes where there's just Mulder doing what he does. Yes. But you can't wait. I can't wait because there's loads more exciting things to come in this season, as well as we're going to get more of the building all the mythology, as well as the standalone X-Files stories. So what more can I say? I just absolutely love this, and this was an important episode, but they all seem important to me. But anyhow, I love it, and if anybody gets a chance to watch the X-Files again, you really enjoy it. I know it's quite a big commitment, but wow, what a series. So before I go, and this I do it every week, you know you can see it there. Here it is. Look, a wonderful small box set within the big box set. I've got them all there in this wonderful box set. And you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. I'm just loving this. Absolutely. You can see how much I'm just so excited. Anyhow, I better shut up now. I've gone on too long by AKF. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and have a look at the playlist. You can see all my past reviews of the X-Files, but I do lots of films and TV series and some music, and it's all got a nostalgic feel. And if you like this particular episode, please give this a like. Give it a like. It'll get it onto YouTube, and hopefully other people might pick it up in algorithms and all that kind of stuff. And I say, if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments. I'll always respond to your comments. Thank you so much if you do. And that's it. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.